Brent Porcio, TopVelocity.net. We're going to do a pitch analysis here. Tyler, we're going to pair him up with Kauhi. So coming out into leg lift, kind of similarities going into the load positions, which are going to help Tyler a lot really understand these really significant movements. So coming out of leg lift, Kauhi's, as he's coming out of leg lift, he's internally rotating that leg, so that lift leg. Sorry, trying to get a different tool here. You can see Tyler, you're extending and reaching very early with it. But we kind of get to the same positions about right here, except this front leg, Tyler's front leg, is a little bit more open. So Kauhi internally rotating that leg before moving forward is in a more closed position here. I'd say similarities on the back leg position. As far as getting there, let's see if we can draw the paths to there of the hips. So Kauhi's hips right here. It's kind of going down. Okay. A little bit down like this. So if we go back to Tyler's coming out of leg lift, his hips right here. Goes down. And so I'd say very similar. I think the only real difference is the front foot movement. And then Kauhi looks more closed off with the trunk, which, and that initial lift to go into more internal rotation in the front leg, that would help close everything off. So that's the only key difference at this point, which I would highly recommend Tyler work to implement in that leg lift position, more closed trunk orientation. Here's the big thing, and this is just showing how great of an athlete Kauhi is as well, because that, to me, is the determining factor. But as he opens front foot, he's able to fully extend back leg in the front foot. So you really see, sorry, if I can get the drawing tool back up, you can really see this foot flipping over in the drive and dragging the toes. If we watch Tyler here in the front foot, we're late to that drive. So we talk about this 3x before front foot strike, so key to pushing the hips open. And you can see Kauhi's explosive enough to where the shoulders are still delayed. Shoulders here are similar, but what we see, Tyler's pulling glove side back a little bit harder and later with the arm. So when the hips do open for Tyler, are into trunk rotation immediately. So I'd say even as the front foot goes down, you can see the glove is already almost fully tucked. Kauhi's a lot later there because he's waiting for the hips, or the hips really pushing open so the upper body can kind of sit back and ride the hips. Here for Tyler, the hips aren't really doing, so the hips are late and there's not really much power by them, so the glove side starts taking over to try to help with the trunk rotation. So you can see when the hips get open, as opposed to Kauhi's hips get open, the delay in the trunk rotation, which is so important. Studies show to, reducing stress to the arm and potentially more velocity. Pitchers have more velocity. So two big things here. Two, Kauhi's going to be in a position to get more forward trunk tilt because that trunk's driving, or that hip was driving more forward momentum, pushing through the trunk. So you can see when both get to that externally rotated position, you're getting a lot more forward trunk tilt from Kauhi than Tyler here. If we look at the difference, something a good 20 degrees close, and then you see that continue to manifest with all that energy going forward. So it's so key. I mean, the big differences besides the leg lifts and the trunk orientation was how Kauhi got out of this position. He was able to get fully extended or triple extended into front foot strike, and you can see Tyler's hitting it here, and he's late to extend back leg, so late to drive his hips. So the trunk and hips get caught going together because they're more separated here. Kauhi the trunk tries to catch up with all that linear power, and then carries because of its trunk mass, more of that linear power forward, which is really what Tyler needs to work on is first the back leg and getting the power through the back leg at that right time to optimize hip to shoulder separation and carry more trunk forward.